This video legit took like 2 days to make, and this is just part 1. I will be making a part 2 going into Trisha's details and all that stuff, the video that she made, and maybe part 2 as well on the video that Nikocado made. So as you guys know, recently Nikocado Avocado did a video exposing Trisha Paytas, showing his side of the story to a video that I did back in 2017. A few of you guys have been commenting, wanting like an update on the situation now that Nikocado's side has come out, and there's just been, it's so messy. And it's very messy. You got two people that are just messy in general. The thing is really messy and honestly really draining. So yeah, let's just get into how it all started. By the way, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button with the bell, like it, leave me a comment, let's move forward. So it all started when Chucky ended up making a video on his channel about
day mukbang. She was receiving a little bit of criticism from some of Nikocado Avocado's fans that were basically accusing Trisha of blowing off Nikocado when he did come to LA a couple of weeks ago, when she said that she would meet up with him. Samantha Phillips left a comment saying, "Why haven't you covered the scandal between Trisha Paytas and Nick? It's been going on for weeks. He went out to LA to collab with her after she tweeted about him going to see her. She was commenting all over his videos, and then people say she flaked out." There were a bunch of comments yesterday under her Dunkin' Donuts mukbang. Now, I couldn't find a whole lot under that video that Trisha Paytas had uploaded, but this comment that was left on my video actually started a small thread. Taylor said, "Yeah, something weird happened between them. She probably set him up like she does to other YouTubers, but they're both whack jobs to be honest, so who gives a f?" And then Nikki responded to Samantha by saying, "I may be wrong, but did she not end up in the hospital around that time though? ...
Then after that, a lot of his fans kept on saying in my, I don't know which video it was, or if it, yeah, one of my videos, and in DMs, also in Tumblr, that Trisha Paytas, Nikocado Avocado said that Trisha Paytas paid for his ticket to LA. Is that some of his fans have been saying that Trisha Paytas paid Nick first class to fly to LA and see her. It is very important to mention this. When I heard this, automatically I was like, oh my god, what did Nick do? You know, you have a lot of people, not just one person, and not just trolls, but all these other people saying that Nikocado said that Trisha paid for him first class to fly to LA. So I'm just like, what the hell? And I looked in the video, I could not find it anywhere. People said no, he said it on Instagram. Other people saying no, he said it on Snapchat. They're like, no, he did say it. And at that time I'm like, well, who's lying? Is it these people? Is it Nikocado's fans? Or is it Nikocado? So as soon as I heard that, I automatically assumed Nikocado was up to something. I don't know, because this is important to mention that I do have a past with Nikocado Avocado.
Isn't that what it's all about? Why we dig up the past? To understand it?
I am an engineer, Lara. I build for the future. I don't dwell in the past.
You will someday. Eventually, everyone does.
With my accounts. Now, I have a few other fake accounts where they're run by me, but it's not really me. They have like no photos, or it's like a random photo. Some of them have friends, some of them don't. It's a technique that I learned from them, which is ironic, to have other accounts to help you along, start controversy, you know, make fun of yourself, have your fans or followers defend you. It stirs things. Start controversy.
Here you have Nicholas posting on Facebook, trying to fool everyone and make out that I have a fake account, when in actual reality, he's the one who creates fake accounts to start with people so he can get more publicity. He tried to damage my reputation by saying I had a fake account when I never did. He's done like sneaky, snaky-ish, deliberately said things to make it look like I had a fake account when I never ever told him that I had a fake account, because I didn't. So when he was doing stuff like that to me, and even before that, there was issues because we used to be in the collab group and there was drama there, and it was like a cycle. He kept on repeating certain behaviors that he was doing before, and it was just like, wow, you really need to cut yourself away from this guy. Like, there's something not right here. It's like, and it really looks like that he lies and exaggerates over simple things. It was filmed 2 days ago, but Nick in this video said, last night before bed we were in here and he came up the stairs and his thing comes in his arm.
So something happened just right now.
He said something happened right now, and he said the other night, which means, let's say it was today, yesterday night, you went up the stairs and you had blood, but Olin, you're saying that this was 2 days ago. He had a fallout with one of my friends because he was really thirsty for views and subscribers at that time. With all that in my head and my experience with him, I thought the worst, but at the same time, I wanted to know like both sides of the situations. You know what I mean? It's kind of like John Cookian. I'm sorry I had to mention him, guys. Beauty influencers, drama channels, you know what I'm talking about. It's like John Cookian does something, or it's like automatically you're like, okay, what bullshit is he doing now? Because he has such a bad, messy, calculating past. You just feel that everything else he does is going to be calculating, or is a possibility of him bullshit and twisting just because there's something wrong with him. It's the same with Nikocado, and I felt like, what is he doing? Why are all these people saying he said this when he didn't? So I messaged Trisha. I said to her, Nick and I used to be best friends till I disconnected from him due to his lies and opportunist mentality. Anyways, I'm doing a video on the situation between you and him. Word on YouTube says you wanted to collaborate a mukbang with him. He came to LA for you and you stood him up. Well, anyways, let me know what happened. I have your back in this, but if you did something wrong, own up to it, as you know what can happen with the drama these days. Because of course, I assumed the worst because of my past with Nikocado, Avocado, and a lot. It's not just one incident, it's just multiple things, and things that even continue on to this day. Like, he's lost a lot of friends, and there's a reason why. So I made the video and I uploaded it to my channel, and around that time it probably had around 26 to 27,000 views.
And then sent them all over the internet.
I feel like that's a really big exaggeration. She didn't spread it everywhere, she gave it to me.
She took our DMs, edited out her messages to me, cropped them out, deleted them.
Okay, so a lot of people have the misconception that Trisha deleted messages in the DM, which we know now you can do that on Twitter. You can delete messages. But he's talking about cropping and deleting, so it makes it sound like he's implying that she edited, okay? Like maybe Photoshop or something. Only things that were taken out was this, 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 and this. That didn't make any significant changes to the video, because I still put the receipts of Trisha wanting to collab with him. It was exchange on Twitter. So basically they were organizing to do like a mukbang together, meet up, eat.
Took our DMs, edited out her messages to me, cropped them out, deleted them, put my messages together.
How did she put your messages together? You know what I mean? Unless he's talking about me and the way I edited, he needs to break it down. What does he mean by put together? You know what I mean? He really didn't go into depth and explain what she did when she put it together. People can assume so many things from just that one statement. Oh, so she edited and put everything together? Oh, she deleted your messages and only showed your ones? And if you watch my video, her messages were there too, just not the ones that I showed. She says, I'm actually pretty free next week, okay? What days are you thinking? So she says she's pretty free next week. He says, I'm free all next week too. I just do YouTube. That's it. So super flexible, so you can pick the day. I'm looking at flights now. By the way, I've never been to California before. The best flight deal is Tuesday 17th. And she says, I can make that work. So as you can see, I can make that work to the I'm free all next week too. It's not like, oh, so on Tuesday when I get out of the airport, let's start filming. There was no day confirmed. Should we do a 2-day shoot? Like maybe vegan food on mine with you and non-vegan shit on yours? Or just stuff ourselves in one city? He also continued messaging her, asking her questions, and she never responded to those questions. He kept on messaging her, yet she still never responded. And even though she didn't respond to him, he still expected something. Reality, you would be like, oh, there's some red flags here. She's not responding to these particular questions in different days. Maybe I shouldn't expect a collaboration with her. Most YouTubers would take that as, oh, she either doesn't want to collab with me or she hasn't seen the messages, but I wouldn't hold my breath for someone who doesn't respond after a couple of days when I message them. You know what I mean? Because if they really want to collab like they say they did, they would have got back to you by then. If you look at the date here and you look at the date on Trisha's Twitter, she's obviously been active.
So I'm not responding because I'm like, at this point people are sending me videos of him and I don't feel comfortable. And here's the thing, when I feel a little uneasy about a situation, whether I think someone's like using me, you know, I'm very guarded because there have been so many people who have used me and stuff like that. And I had a bad issue years ago with someone else who like just constantly wanted to like collab and wouldn't take no for an answer. So I've always been really scared. I've had bad experiences with people going cuckoo on me for saying like, hey, I can't do it. Like, so I straight up just pretty much don't text anyone back. And this has happened, I'll like freely admit this, and I mean, they can say whatever. I mean, I feel like, there's just so many to name. There's happened with so many people who are like, I'm gonna come to LA, let the blood suck up. Like, you know, things come up.
Completely understand why she's a bit iffy with Nick, because again, Nikocado does not have a good past. He contradicts himself a lot in this video, and a lot of the time he doesn't look mentally stable, you know what I mean? So I could understand why she might be worried.
We're gonna just not harass. That's what we're not gonna do. We're just not gonna keep harassing.
Now, I definitely would not call that harassing. You didn't give him an answer. If you gave him an answer and he kept on going and going after you said no, then yes, that will be considered harassment. When someone goes, hey, you want some Coca-Cola? And you don't say anything and they go, excuse me, you want some Coca-Cola? Stop harassing me. It's not harassment, okay? Because you didn't give them an answer before. Now, one thing I didn't have in my video was this long message, because from what it looks like at the time, Nikocado never ever messaged her that when I hitted Trisha Paytas up.
Sorry with everything you're going through. I saw your video about Sean. I don't know what the best time is to ask, but in your video you talked about getting closure and being upfront and being professional, and I really appreciate if you give me a little closure too. Obviously I don't know you and I don't.
Then he talks about other people like coming for him.
Nick is a desperate social climber. Nick is trying to use Trisha for... Nick is a weird, crazy, disgusting, manipulative person, making it seem like Trisha wanted a collab. She never wanted a collab. He just used her. He got on a plane and flew all the way there, and he never even spoke to her. They didn't even know a day. They didn't even know... to humiliate me. And she only did it once she read my message saying, hey, can you give me a little closure? What did I do wrong?
She did not give me those receipts after that message. You can see here, her inbox, you were still in blue during this time. This is when the messages were released. And that's what was in the inbox at the time. It wasn't that big, long message that you left her. Still, regardless, she could have responded to you, right? She did it because during that time, you know, Chucky made his videos. People were like saying that she flew him first class. Again, I feel now that I'm looking back at it, she could have messaged him and be like, yo, is all this true? Did you really tell your audience this? You know what I mean? But again, you have so many people saying it. Who do you believe at that time? Is Nikocado lying, or is his fans? Really weird. I don't understand why so many people would say that. And in Nick's recent video, he said he never implied or never said it. In one part of the video, he ends up twisting things
personally from her. I've heard her talk about me in her YouTube videos, on her You Now. She made multiple live streams implying that I was a crazy obsessed fan and
his weight gain, Nikocado, avocado. Nikocado gaining weight, all these people being fat.
This is very deceptive. It's so funny how Nikocado tried to make Trisha Paytas look like a fat shamer. One of the clips from that is actually from this.
Personally from her. I've heard her talk about me in her YouTube videos.
Nikocado gaining weight, all these people being fat.
Like, you really believe that?
Yes, all you do is make fun of people's weight.
No, I don't.
You always talk about like Nikocado gaining weight, all these people being fat.
Well, I do think Nikocado is gaining weight for views, like I've said.
But why does it matter?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
This was calculating.
Nikocado gaining weight, all these people being fat.
And I want people to know the truth.
Well, I do think Nikocado is gaining weight for views, like I've said.
But why does it matter?
He cut out the part when she said,
you always talk about like Nikocado gaining weight.
why would he do that? You really got to question. She already looks bad, right? Why do you need to make things look a lot more worse? He then said this in his recent video.
Saying things like, well, Nikocado said Trisha fat shamed him and criticized his weight, and she actually didn't do it. She was standing up for his weight gain. And in my video, I was really clear, and I said that Trisha, for whatever reason, liked to talk about my weight gain, and I didn't know why, or I wasn't sure why.
Videos that I make.
I'm gonna insert that in here. I know for a fact I did not say Trisha fat shamed me or Trisha came for me for being fat. I said that she mentioned my weight often and it bothered me.
Why would you say she's talking shit and then add the clip straight after about her saying the weight gain and all that stuff?
Personally from her. I've heard her talk shit about me in her YouTube videos, on her You Now. She made multiple live streams implying that I was a crazy obsessed fan and
his weight gain, Nikocado, avocado.
First, she's talking shit about me. You insert the fat shaming thing. Why insert that there straight after you said that she was talking shit, unless you want her to look like she's talking shit, so you added that? I really don't buy that, because in your recent video, you don't talk about that. You don't say, I put it straight after I said she was talking shit, and I also put it near the end of my video when she said she's talking about my weight gain.
Implying that I was a crazy obsessed fan and
his weight gain, Nikocado, avocado.
Crazy obsessed fan and boom, his weight. It looks like you wanted to make it look like she was talking about your weight in a bad, negative light, talking shit when she wasn't.
I did not say Trisha fat shamed me or Trisha came for me for being fat. I said that she mentioned my weight often and it bothered me.
No, I said she mentioned my weight, but again, you said she was talking and you added those clips straight after to include, to give an example. So that was done deliberately, or you just did it in editing by mistake? Okay, so this is part one. Part two, we're gonna get into Trisha's video, and I feel there's contradictions in what she said as well, and I'm gonna dive into that hopefully tomorrow. Guys, what do you think about this whole situation? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions you want to ask me or you want me to dive into, let me know in the comment section below. I know I'm gonna have people talking crap, and I know I'm gonna have people that support me as well, but remember, there is going to be a part two, okay? But this is part one so far. It's so much, and I still need to put the rest of it together and just understand everything. It's so messy, it really is. But anyway guys, I'll see you guys in another video.